Hello and welcome to iskipper.net. This is lesson 27, which is height of tide. What I'm going to show you how to do is use your tidal curve. Once you can use your tidal curve, you can take the data, and then we're going to look how it applies to how it relates to chart data, and we'll actually look at a couple of practical examples. So what I want to do is work out the height of tide just outside Dieppe, which is North France. So what I need to do is first of all find today's date, which is February the 20th. So we found February, working down, and then we've got the 20th there. What I've got, this is where you find the information. I've drawn this up on the board so you can see it a little bit easier. So here we go, we've got the 20 here means the 20th of February, and then we've got today's day, which is Tuesday. What we've got down here are times, and these are in UT, remember. So if you need to apply daylight saving time or your French conversion, you need to apply that as necessary for the actual time. But what this means is that 0125, there'll be 9.6 metres of water above chart datum. So that'll be high water. Then at 0827, there'll be 0.5 metres of water above chart datum. That'll be your low water. And so on down here. We're actually going to be sailing in the morning. So we're going to take these times here. And these are the ones we're going to actually plot onto our tidal curve. So we've got our low water height, we've got our high water height, and we've got these two times as well. So these are the important ones that we need to use. So this is our tidal curve for Dieppe. So what I need to do is plot out them figures that I mentioned before. And the first one was the low water mark, which was 0.5. So looking down on this scale, this is the line where we need to put the low water mark on. I don't know if you can just see, just here, I've actually plotted on 0.5. Then the high water was 9.7. So that comes up onto this line at the top of the graph here. And that's 9.7 I've just plotted on there. And then what I do, I take a straight edge or my Portland plotter and I draw a line between them two lines. Then the next thing I need to do, I need to plot in the times. And this particular one is working off high water. So that figure there, 1342, was our high water time. And then what I've done for each hour, for the hours plus, I've added an hour onto each one, and I could have kept going right up to the +6. And then there's minus as well, so the hours before. So 13, then 12, 11, 10, and so on. Then the next thing, well, then once I've done that, I'm ready to go really. There's two ways you could use this information. What I can do, assuming that I was at the port and I want to know how much water's above chart datum at 1442, which is just here. What I do, I'll enter the graph from this side and I draw a straight line right up to this point here on the curve. And then again, keeping everything parallel, I'm going to bring it across to the line that I drew earlier on, and then take it up to this, and it's my workings out that that's 8.6 metres of water. So what that's telling me at 1442 UT time, there's 8.6 metres of water of tide above chart datum. You can also work the other way. So for example, I need 7 4.7 metres of tide above chart datum at, I need to know what time that'll be. So what I'll do, I'm going to enter the chart from this point here. So I've got 4.7, then drawing my line down to the line that I drew earlier again. And then again keeping it parallel, bringing it across to that line on the chart there. Then bringing it down. And then I can read off the scale here. It's at 10:42, we'll have 4.7 metres of water. If you notice, there are two different lines. There's a solid red line and like a hatched blue line. The solid red line is if you're on spring tides, and the hatched line is if you're on neap tides. So depending whether you're on springs or neaps, that's where you draw your line to. It's not a massive difference on Diep's chart here, but some it does make a big difference. So make sure you're using the right line there.